Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nasria. I'm from class C, and in here I will present the material from language testing course. For the first meet, material about assessment concept and issues. Assessment is the process of gathering information about student ability, knowledge, and skills. The purpose of assessment is to measure ability, monitor progress, and improve the quality of learning. There are several types of assessment, including formative, summative, and diagnostic assessment. Formative assessment is used to monitor student progress, summative assessment to evaluate learning outcomes, and diagnostic assessment to identify strengths and weaknesses. However, assessment also has several issues such as validity and reliability, bias and discrimination, and the use of technology. Therefore, assessment must be conducted with principle of fairness, transparency, and accountability. And the second material about principle of language assessment. Language assessment is a complex process that requires clear principles to ensure fairness and accuracy. The principles of language assessment include validity, reliability, authenticity, practicality, and respect. Language assessment should measure students' language ability as a whole, including competence such as grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. The context of language use should also be considered in the assessment. There are several types of language assessment, including formative, summative, and diagnostic assessment. Formative assessment is conducted during the learning process, summative assessment at the end of the learning process, and diagnostic assessment to identify students' strengths and weaknesses. And the third material about the Signing Classroom Language Test. The Signing Classroom Language Test requires several important steps. The first, determine the purpose of the language test, such as measuring language proficiency or mentoring student progress. Then, identify the language competence to be measured, such as reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Choose the appropriate test type, such as formative, summative, or diagnostic. Questions that are relevant to the language competence being measured and establish clear and objective evaluation criteria. Language tests must be valid, reliable, authentic, and fair. Validity ensures that the test measures what is supposed to measure, while reliability ensures that the test is consistent and dependable. And the fourth material about standards-based assessment. Standard-based assessment is an approach that focuses on students' ability to meet established standards of competence. This approach has several key features, including and focus on student ability, clear standards of competence, and objective assessment. The benefit of standard-based assessment include improved quality of learning, increased accountability, and enhanced trust in the education system. To implement standards-based assessment, several steps are necessary, including developing clear standards of competence, creating objective assessment tools, and integrating assessment into the learning process. And the last material about standardized testing. Standardized testing is a type of test designed to measure students' ability using the same question and evaluation procedure for all students. Standardized testing has several benefits, including allowing for national or international comparison of student ability, increasing school and teacher accountability, and informing decisions about student education. However, standardized testing also has several drawbacks, including an overemphasis on testing and neglect of other aspects of education, a lack of flexibility and accommodating different students' needs, and questionable validity in measuring student actual ability. I think enough for me. Thank you.